All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 9 of PTFootyPodcast. With me today, I have Alex,
What's going on, everybody? Glad to be back.
Kevin,
What's up, everybody?
and Neil.
Hey guys, thanks for having me on.
Thank you for coming on at such short notice. Once again, Kyle couldn't make it. So the show must go on, and we got Neil with us, so we're very happy about that. So today we're going to start with sporting and Alex's favorite subject. You guys beat Wolfsburg 2-1. I'm going to give you the lineup real quick with Patricio starting goal, Skeloto, Coates, Smith, and Marvin across the back, William, João Mário, Adrian Silva, Bruno César, Frank Ruiz, and Slimani. Adrian and Slimani scored both goals. What did you think of this game, Alex?
I gotta start off by congratulating them. Their first win in the preseason over a big team. Neon doesn't really count. But that's the sport that I'm used to seeing. We played very, very well in the first half. I was excited. And if we play like that all year, we're gonna be winning the league.
Settle down.
But what do you mean settle down? You know what's gonna happen.
Well, 20 years is approaching,
Well-
so yeah, you guys are due for one.
Not yet.
Yeah, we gotta go 15. We got 5 more to go, I guess.
5 more to go, okay.
But I said Marvin was not playing very well in a past podcast, but I got to give props to him because he played very, very well. But other than that, my man Adrian Silva played fantastic, and I'm excited for the next season. And Wolfsburg got lucky on their goal, but they had a decent second half.
They deserved at least one goal.
Yeah, they had a decent second half. They picked it up, but we were all over them in that first half.
But Alex, question comes to mind. If Sporting loses Adrian Silva, they're going to have to sign someone, don't they? Because as soon as he came off, basically Sporting midfield just was non-existent.
Well, I hope we don't have to sell him, but if not, we just signed that Melly guy, right? So, I hope he can fill the role that Adrian would leave, but Adrian's not going to leave, so.
But that's what you hope. Is this the starting 11 the closest that you think will be in for Sporting season? Maybe you could change Bruno César and Brian Ruiz, but besides that, do you think that Skeloto, Coates, Milo, and Marvin across the back is the best back four that you guys have right now?
Yeah, I think that the 2 center backs and the right back, that's guaranteed. With the left back spot, it'll be Jefferson and Marvin will compete over the season to earn that spot.
Okay. What would be your starting lineup for the game in 2 weeks that you guys play?
I'd go obviously Rui at the back if he doesn't go to Man City, but we'll talk about that after.
That's a back.
Because he's the best Portuguese goalie and the best in the league,
Yeah.
and the best in the league. And then at the back, I'd have the lineup against Wolfsburg. And then in the midfield, I'd play Adrian, William, and I like playing a 4-3-3. So I'd play Melly there. I don't know. I want to see him. I want to see him play. I heard he's a hard-working guy, and we need that in the midfield. And then on the left, I'd put Brian Ruiz up top, Slimani, and on the right, João Mário.
How much was Melly's fee, Alex? Just out of curiosity.
It was just it's a loan, and then we have an option to buy for like 3 million, I think, something like that.
Yeah, 2.9 or 3 million.
I remember he was linked with Benfica a few times, but there would be no point in getting him now. There's just no room for him, but it's good. It's good. You guys finally signed a good player.
Yeah, I just wanted to join the bigger club in Lisbon. That's why he joined us.
You can win like what 5 trophies in 1 year. So 5 league championships, not just trophies. 5 league championships in 1 year. So you are a different club, obviously. You know what I'm talking about, right?
No.
You guys say that you have like 5 more league titles than you
Oh
actually have.
yeah, okay, yeah. Last year we had 18. This year we got 22 instead of something like that. Yeah.
Uh,
I don't really know what that's about, but well,
yeah,
we had a
don't
conversation
try to
actually
get
about.
into it. It's Bruno Carvalho's trying to be Pinto Costa changing up with the dates and all the crap. Let's not change that.
Yeah, he's a troublemaker.
Basically. Alex, do you think that Sporting needs any new signings, or would you, sign anyone else to this team?
I'd sign a winger because I don't like Bruno Cesar, even though he had a good cross to Slimani. But that was kind of the Wolfsburg defender's fault. But I'd sign a left winger to back up Brian Ruiz because I don't really like Yuri. I know you guys like him and stuff. You think he's a good talent? I just don't really like him that much.
You'll like him eventually if he does play. But okay, you'd sign a left winger. Um, I've seen this before. During preseason, Brian Ruiz playing behind the striker. Can he fulfill that role during the season? Do you think that we're gonna see that often, or is it just?
It looks like it. I mean, I wouldn't mind it, but that means Bruno Cesar is gonna play, and that sucks, But
Yeah.
he used to play as an attacking midfielder for and when he played in the Dutch league for Twente, I'm pretty sure. He
Nah,
played
PSV.
PSV, sir. I think he played for both actually, but
Maybe.
like before he joined Fulham, I'm pretty sure he played for Twente.
Mhm.
But yeah, he does well in the role. He could play anywhere, honestly. He even played up top. He would drift back, like he'd play as a deep line, but he can even play striker. So I mean, he's great, and I think if he does play there, I think we'll be fine.
Um, this one's about one of your favorite players, Alan Ruiz. Do you think that he can help Sporting be successful this season?
Um, I hope so. I mean, he played pretty well in the games that I've seen. And he scored. He got his first game. He's got a goal and an assist, right? So
Mm-hmm. It
he's
was
definitely
against me
decent.
on
But
so don't forget about that.
if if he plays up top, I don't think he'll get that much game time unless Simoni gets sold. So, but he's a good backup for us. And if Simoni's injured, then he could do a good job. And yeah, that's about all I gotta say.
Alex, you have Coates on loan from Sunderland, and it's still nothing new on Everton and Naldo, but probably at least one of them will leave. Douglas has said uh, to the press that he would like to sign for Sporting. Would you take a player like him that is willing to join you?
See, I don't know because I feel like our defense is starting to click a bit right now. Quatej and Semedo. And I don't want to have too many center backs. We already have too many right now, so I wouldn't take him honestly. But if you were to ask me before this Wolfsburg game, I'd take him in a heartbeat. But at this current moment, I wouldn't take him.
Things are starting to get, you know.
Yeah, think like now that we've played the players that came back from the Euros, we look good.
Okay. The big one right here. We put this into Manchester City. Like,
I don't believe it.
yeah. You know
It's
what's
got
even worse? I think it was in Ebola. They even say that Sirigu is a possible replacement.
Sorry,
Let's think about that. Sirigu joining sport.
that's like Van Persie and Podolski going to Sporting. It's not gonna happen. They can't
and
afford
and we
those
were
guys.
linked with Mario Gomez as well.
And I think Lionel Messi is going to Sporting too.
Oh, that would be great. I'll take that.
You guys, I don't know where this money's coming from.
Yeah, but still, let's not even talk about the wages. Just, do you think that Sirigu would go from playing in PSG?
He doesn't play that much though, does he?
He plays with Kevin Trapp. They both get similar game time, and PSG is a winner, and they play for the Champions League. I don't think he's gonna step down to Sporting. I mean, no offense to you,
It's
Alex,
not
but
that big of a step down. Come on.
it's not that big of a step down. You guys never made
We
it to the
play
quarterfinals of the Champions League. What are you talking about?
That's why he could join and we can do that.
Really? Is he an improvement on Patricio?
No, he's not an improvement.
Sorry, guys.
There's not many goalies that can improve Patricio. There's like maybe
Sorry, guys.
five. There's like 5 or 6.
Sorry,
Yeah,
Alex.
Neil.
I wanted to say something. In terms of leagues, I think the Portuguese league is just as good as the French league.
I think it's better.
I'd say it's better.
I agree. I believe it's better. I think we're a top 5 league, and the French league is just outside. Other than PSG and Monaco, really, our teams are just as good as their teams. That being said, if Sirigu is somehow linked to Sporting and comes on a loan, he's playing Champions League football, which essentially is what he wants. And then with the departure of Patricio going, they'll make some money off him. But I don't think Patricio's going anywhere. He's been at this club for so long. I remember the Euro 2012, same thing. Like there was rumors that he was gonna leave, and he ended up staying. I don't like. Maybe this time it's different because Portugal won the Euro, but I can't see him leaving. He spent so many years at that club.
Yeah, he's been our starter since 18 or something like that, hasn't he?
Exactly.
It's not just that. It's not just that, though. It wasn't the fact that Portugal won. Patricio had a full season without making a mistake. Like, you've seen him have good seasons, but one game or another he would make a mistake. He had one full season with years where he never made a mistake. You know, I think he might just be getting into a top level. I mean, if he's going to make the jump, he's going to do it now or he'll never make it.
It's true. Did you guys see any Patricio frangos this year? I can't recall any. For the first time in a long time.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's been great.
Yeah, good point.
He built Sporting out several times as well. But, there's also Eduardo, going to Sporting apparently, but he'll be a bench warmer if he does join you guys.
But he's up there in age too. Poor guy.
Yeah, but we need a backup because Jug's awful. Our backup goalies are awful, so we do need one.
You'd take Eduardo. Yeah, I think everyone would.
Yeah, he's a European champion. Of course I'll take him.
I guess. Sporting loaned out 2 players to Covilhã, Xabi and Pond. Good loan moves, right, Alex?
Yeah, get them some game time.
And last but not least, he signed a random South African.
Yeah, I've seen that. He's young, right?
Yeah, his name's Jordan, and he's gonna play for the B team. But honestly, I think he might be just another run goal. To be honest.
Yeah, he's not gonna play. But
I don't expect much out of him.
he's gonna be like that Escobar guy we signed, who's not gonna play at all. Even for the B team, not even good enough for the B team.
Those goddamn businesses. Is there anything else you want to say, Alex, before we move on to Porto? Because we're done with Sporting.
I just want to say that João Mario, if you're listening, I would love for you to stay, help win us a title, and then you can leave after that. And that's it. You can move on to Kevin now.
Is he going? Is he another one that's going for 600 million?
I think it was 500 million, but I'm not sure.
500 million.
Yeah.
Yeah, boss. If Sporting sells all these players, watch out.
But they said no. Carvalho said no to 45 million. So I mean,
I know, we gotta get 50 at least. He's worth that, honestly.
come on.
He's worth that.
I know it. Whatever.
João Mario, I see the value, but that William Carvalho, he stinks.
He's good. 30 million at least.
He's good. He's good for Toronto FC.
Nice one, Neil. Nice one. I agree with you on that one. Kevin, Porto, you guys had 2 games. Did you watched the Guimarães one, right? You didn't see the game against Bayern, did you?
No, I saw the game against Guimarães.
Okay. You played Bayer Leverkusen pretty much, and there's only a few things to point out that André Silva scored again. Otávio played on the left, and Bueno started as well, which could be interesting. We'll see how that pans out. But moving on to the game that you did watch, you played Guimarães, and you won 2-0 with 2 goals from André Silva again. I'm going to say that a lot this season, aren't I? Jesus Christ.
I think so.
Gesta started in goal. Maxi, Felipe, Marcano, and Alex Telles are the back 4. Andre, Danilo, Herrera, the midfielders. Corona, Otávio, and André Silva, the front 3. What did you think of this game?
I thought it was a great game. The first half we did very well. Guimarães did play very well also in the first half. I got to tip my hat to them because they created some chances. But yeah, Andres Silva, he's always in the right spot, like at the right time every time. And I think that he's gonna, like, if Slimani stays in with Sporting, I think that Andres Silva is gonna have more goals than Slimani scored. I honestly really do. The midfield, I don't really like Herrera. I think he's like a bit slow, kind of lazy in a way. I'd rather see someone else in the midfield taking over for his spot. I know that Brahimi didn't play. He's on his way out. The defense wasn't that bad. Uh, I do like Philippe in the back. He's still adapting, so you can't really say like much about him that he's not really that good. But Marcano, he's all right. He's not that bad. If that's our defensive pairing, I wouldn't mind it. I know that that Boli might be joining us from Braga,
Yeah,
but
I'll ask you about that as well later.
yeah. So if it is Marcano and Philippe as the defensive backs, I wouldn't mind that at all. For the goalkeeper, I would start José Sá, as I pointed out in the blog that we put on our website.
Yeah,
The left back, I would put Alex Telge, and right back, obviously Maxi Pereira.
let me just cut you off here real quick. Point out that if you guys missed it, he made a review of his Porto preseason thoughts on our blog. I'll leave a link after the podcast is done on Twitter. You guys missed it. You pointed out that you preferred Alex Telles over Lyon. Is that true, and why?
Yes, I think that Telge is more faster on the wing. He can defend better too. That's the thing. Like Telge had a couple of clearances that were pretty crucial in my eyes. So you got to look at the attacking aspect too. I think that Lyon is a little bit better attacking wise, but Alex Tells is very speedy. But if we need more defensive help, you have Corona who can play in front of him, so you don't really need that urgency with Lyon as you would if we had a mediocre winger. So I think that like last compared to last season, Miguel Layun worked a little more harder than Brahimi. Brahimi was just kind of like mediocre in a way. I didn't really like him too much last year, and I don't know why he's been playing the way he was. Maybe he wants out and he just doesn't want to be there anymore. I'm
He
sure
wants
that's what it
out.
is.
Don't you remember that he said something? Was it like in January this season, saying that he doesn't get the exposure he needs at Porto? I don't know if
I
you missed
didn't
that.
hear that, but I mean it's
He
fine.
was talking about Mahrez and how Mahrez managed to make an impression, and that he can't do that with Porto, even though people.
All right, well, I didn't know that, but what I'm going to say about that is Mahrez worked his ass off at Leicester. I mean, what did Brahimi do at Porto? He didn't really work his ass off. He wanted to be the star of the team. He was pouting like a baby when he got subbed out, throwing water bottles, and didn't want to talk to anybody. And if he wants to go, he can go. There's no problem at all. He is a good player. I'm not going to say he's not, but from what Brahimi is, he just wasn't at Porto, and it sucks because I was hoping that he would have done a lot better for us. So, but overall,
It's
the
like
team played very well. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Overall, the team played well in the first half. Second half, you could tell they let the foot off the gas, and you could definitely tell that Otavio wasn't playing because in that first half, Otavio was all over the place, making passes, and before Andres Silva scored that amazing second goal, it was like the same exact play, same exact pass, and it's just like pinpoint precision. It's amazing. So, he is a big difference for us. He's going to be very influential. I didn't mind seeing Adrian Lopez. He did pretty well. He had those two headers on target. Douglas really um, prevented a heavy defeat for Guimarães against Porto. So he did have those two headers. He is working. You could tell. I think that loan to Villarreal last season really did help. Even if we don't have Andres Silva and Abubakar does leave, I do like seeing the partnership with Bueno and Adrian Lopez. I really enjoyed seeing them. A bit, you could tell they're not really in sync yet, but if you play them more often, I think we'll have success with them.
Yeah. Um, Kevin, from last season, I saw Otávio play a couple of times because I really like Guimarães, and he was a little bit of an aggressive player. Is he still that aggressive with Porto? Uh, what do you think,
I'm sorry, who'd you say was aggressive?
Otávio?
Otavio? Um, it's still early to tell, really. We'll have to see when the season starts. We do have an important game Saturday night, 9:30 your time, and it'll be 4:30 here in the Eastern U.S. Coast time. But I think that you do have to wait till the season starts before you can really make an evaluation on him. I'm only going by what I've seen in the preseason, so it could be that he's getting into form now from where he picked off last season with Guimarães. I think that he will be just as aggressive, if not better, and he's going to definitely be growing from here. So I do enjoy seeing him very much. And
He has a very short temper, though. He has a very short temper. That's what I'm talking about, though. He's got a short temper.
yeah, he
But
does. But
we'll see. That's why I was asking you, maybe because maybe with Porto, you have different managers. It's a different thing playing for Porto, so maybe he would, step down a little bit and try and calm himself down. But he's a little bit too aggressive in my eyes.
oh, I'm sure that they'll handle that. But yeah, he has a temper, but he's a great player. Um,
Yeah,
you know, so like we all seen it last year with Guimarães. Sometimes I would watch them purposely just to watch him play, and I always enjoyed him playing. So I'm glad that we kept him and we didn't like loan him out somewhere with the option to buy because we made a mistake with the Turbe, I think, when he had that breakout season in Italy. But I haven't really heard much of him. I haven't really tried following him, but you
that's
never
I
know.
think
Like,
he's not really a big thing. Go on.
yeah, so uh, yeah, that's pretty much all I got. So yeah, first half was really good. Second half, not that much urgency. The game was won by then, so um, yeah, I am happy with the way the team has been playing in the preseason. We only lost one game, I believe. We one, lost one, won twice, and tied once, right?
Yeah, you tied against Bayer.
Yep, tied against Bayern. We lost to PSV, beat Vitesse, and we just beat Gimenez. So, yeah, I'm pretty happy with the preseason. We can start to see who's going to be making the team and who's not. So, I don't know about
Uh,
Sergio Oliveira. I don't know if he's going to be back.
I
He'll
heard he was
probably
going
be
to be loaned
benched.
out.
Yeah,
Uh,
most likely, and he probably won't be back.
yeah. Just taking what you were saying, you'll see the players that are going to start. Do you think that this could be the starting 11 for this season then, given from what you've seen, Jessa, Maxi, Felipe Marcano, Alex Telles, André, Danilo, maybe switch out Herrera, but play Corona, Silva, and Otávio as a front three? You think that's
Yeah, exactly. I think that should be the starting 11. Start them again on Saturday. See if it's pretty much the same thing. You got to get if that's going to be a starting 11, start giving them more time to be in sync and work together. I think that they're going to be working just fine. I mean, they're always on the same page. Andres Silva is on the same page with Otavio, so I'm pretty optimistic of what's going to happen this season. I mean, I hope we win. Obviously, who doesn't want to win? But I think
Yeah.
we'll have a better season this season than the last three put together.
So basically, you answered my question a little bit earlier. Even if Abubakar leaves, uh, a new striker isn't needed, from what you said, because you liked Adrian Lopez with Bueno and André Silva. Do you think that you still need a new striker, or is that off the cards?
That's tough because it seems like we're cash strapped. We've had some purchases that didn't work out for us. So
Plenty.
what was that?
I said plenty. Sorry.
Oh
Just a
yeah.
mistake.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said like. I thought you were asking for an example, but yeah, So I think that the forward situation it could work out. I don't think you really do need a Bubakar. Andres Silva, Bueno, and Adrian Lopez can fill in the striker role. Although you can use, I'd rather use Bueno as the false nine and use Adrian Lopez as more of a striker role. But like I said, he had a tough start with us, and it's different. The Portuguese league, and he just came from Atletico Madrid, Spanish league, different expectations and play and style of play and all that. So I think that he had a hard time adapting, but I think that he was following the team enough too when he was at Villarreal to see their style and how different the Portuguese league is. So I think that benefited, like I said, the loan out to Villarreal, because now it seems like he's starting to gain his confidence back. And like I said, I was pretty happy with the way he played. He had a rough start, like I said. You could tell he was trying like too hard or over trying when he first was here. So now it seems like he's more relaxed, confidence is coming back because he is a good player. So um,
Yeah,
I hope he can
but
stay and be successful with us.
but the thing is, you're okay with not having a proven striker because Benfica has Jonas, um, Sporting have Slimani, and if Abubakar does leave, you have no one pretty much that has scored about 15 to 20 goals a season. Are you not scared about that?
No, not really, because Abubakar didn't really do like that much for us. Really, in the beginning of the season, he started off well.
Yeah, but that's what I was saying. Like, even if Abubakar leaves or not, I asked if you still needed another striker. You said no, and I asked you, you don't think that you need to buy a proven striker? That's what I asked. It doesn't matter if Abubakar is at the Porto or not, because the question is, do you think that you need a proven striker? Because Benfica has one and Sporting has one.
Geez, that's a tough question because do we really have a proven striker in André Silva? It could be.
Exactly. That was my question. That's the point because you have Bueno that's more of a false nine. You have Andre Silva that he's been doing well, but we'll see. And you have Adrian Lopez that never really worked out as a striker.
Well, this season's a different season, but I mean, that's tough because we're financially strapped a little bit right now. So you need to get a proven goal scorer. Who are you gonna get? You know what I mean? We tried with Osvaldo and no luck there. So I mean, for a cheap price, who can we really get? I mean, nobody really comes to mind that we can get on the cheap.
Or
Okay.
maybe there's just something in the works that we don't know about yet.
Well, I heard something that they were working on getting a loan from an Italian team, some Italian striker. So I don't know who it is, what it could be. So we'll have to see.
Porto has money, bro. Don't let them fool you. They always got those deep pockets of Pinto Costa. He's always up to something.
Yeah, but do we have like you guys spent 22 million for Jimenez? I don't think we have that, honestly.
If you need it, the money will show up. If you need it, the money will show up, Kevin.
Yeah, not if it's being taken, but that's a whole different story.
Yeah, but it'll show up.
You
But
know who I'm
anyway,
talking about, right? When I said that,
yeah.
you know what I was referring to.
Um, but moving on. So if Baimi does leave, do you need to sign anyone, or are
Rafa
you good?
Silva?
We'll see if you guys come. We'll see.
I mean, it's so frustrating
I
though.
see the rumors with Tottenham and other British clubs going in for him. If they do, there's no way he's joining Porto.
Yeah, but the tweet that I saw today that was rumoring Tottenham Hotspur signing Rafa Silva, it said that they were gonna pay like 17 million pounds to Porto for Rafa Silva. So how credible is that?
Jesus, yeah, not really then. But okay, you take half if you sold Brahimi.
Oh, of course.
Kevin, can Casillas leave?
Yeah, I think he's not gonna want to be the backup for José Sá. So I'm sure that there's MLS teams that want him. That should probably be his next stop.
Toronto FC
because-
needs a goalie.
Wait,
Who?
so
Toronto FC needs a goalie.
Yeah, Toronto FC. The Revolution need a goalie.
There you go.
Yeah, they need one bad. They
so
need a
you
lot
think
more than
you
that.
think Jose Sal's gonna start?
Yep, I really do hope
This-
so.
You hope he's gonna start this, or you think he's gonna start this season?
Oh yeah, at least I
I
hope
don't
so.
I don't
Alex is proven. He's proven in the Portuguese league that he's more than good enough to start for a big club.
Yeah,
Just
but
like
over Casillas,
Miguel
though?
Silva is. Yeah, over Casillas did nothing. Casillas had 2 good games against Benfica.
They're not just
Yeah.
gonna drop Casillas. They're not just gonna drop
Besides that-
Casillas.
Exactly.
Of course not. That's why you sell him.
Besides the Benfica games, he did nothing last year. He took over the Patricio Frango of the Year award. So.
Oh my god, I guess. Oh, the track against Sporting crushed all my
Yeah.
hopes and dreams.
Yeah, so if Porto wants to do something, I think I agree with Kevin. Well, I don't want to agree with Kevin, but
Yeah,
I
what
think
we
I
do.
think if you're the coach, if you're Espírito Santo, you give Sa a chance because the old man, he's done. He's done.
Yeah, we all think he's.
I don't think they would drop him though.
Sell him. They wouldn't drop him. They would sell
I
him.
don't think they'd even sell him.
Okay.
Honestly,
Alright.
They
He's
probably
got
would. He
money.
was free.
time
Yeah.
will tell,
He
but
was.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
All right. We'll see. Kevin. Lichnowsky was loaned out to who was it? Valladolid, whatever Spanish club in the second division. Another one of those guys that you buy, play in the B team, and then constantly get loaned out to never get a chance.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that he was going to be starting for us, honestly, within a couple of years, because he's still really young. So,
At one point, he was called up to the team, didn't he? Wasn't he?
I believe so. He was benched. He did play a couple of games. He was a bit shaky on the back, which I was a bit disappointed to see, because I thought he had a lot more potential than that. It's kind of like, well, not really, like the Shidozi situation. Like Shidozi had that one good game against Benfica, and every other game it was just like piss poor
Everybody makes
performances.
against Benfica. God damn it.
No, everybody plays good against Porto. Talk to Maritimo about that. It's like they try.
Nah.
Tondela, Roca.
Benfica's different, bro. Anyway, last two questions here, and it just popped in my mind here. I asked if Brahimi leaves, you'd sign Rafa Silva, but why not Hernani? Like, what has Hernani done to Porto to not get a chance? Because I swear I love this guy. It was freaking amazing. And then joins Porto, goes on loan to Olympiacos, now comes back and doesn't even get a chance, and he's gonna get sold or loaned out again. Why?
Yeah, that I don't understand. I saw the game against, who was it? I can't remember who it was, but
Osnabrück, maybe?
huh?
Osnabrück, Vitesse.
I think it was Osnabrück. It was the one that Quintero came in and missed the penalty.
Yeah, there you go, Osnabrück.
Yep. And when he came in, I thought he did pretty good. I mean, he might not be a starter, but he could be on the bench. He'll give you depth. I mean, who else do we have that can fill in that role, really? I mean, Brahimi's going to leave.
And he plays on the right side using his left foot. He's a big danger. He even scored a couple of goals for you guys when he joined from Guimarães.
And he's quick, too. I like how he's speedy on the wing. So he's pretty much like the only really good solution you have on the bench besides Layun, I think, on the wings. Because Layun can play either on the left or the right. That's no problem.
Yeah.
Even if he doesn't play left back or right back, he could still play in the midfield. He can play on the wings. I prefer him on the wings if we have to use him there. But I hope that we don't ever end up short-handed with injuries and suspensions. Stuff like that's bound to happen if you're not careful. So they need to really think about this.
I'm gonna put this up before the season starts right now. If nothing changes until September 1st, you have Corona as an actual winger right now. Nothing else. Just want to say that.
Yeah. I mean, Otavio is actually the attacking midfielder, but he did do very well for us on the left against Guimarães. So, I mean, he could be that solution, or like I said, you can use Layun on the other side. But like, I know what you mean though. I know what you mean. Like you mean like a natural born winger, not an attacking midfielder playing on the wing, because we all know how that works out. We've seen it with Portugal in the Euro, with Ronaldo being moved over and André Gomes. So it doesn't always work out. So you gotta really like either look in house or try to find a good purchase, but a cheap one.
Yeah. Last question here. Boli to Porto. Don't know if you saw him play last season. I saw him play. He's quick. He's very tall, and he's a decent header of the ball. What do you think of him?
I welcome him to the team. I don't know if his price tag is worth that much. I mean, I think that's a bit much for a defender.
How much is it rumored, by the way? I honestly don't know.
What that they're gonna get him for?
Yeah. What's the rumor?
7 mil.
Oh, okay.
So
Might
I
be a
think
little bit too much.
Yeah, I would say like 5 the most, honestly. So, I mean, it could be another George Mensch transfer, I think. That's why
Mhm.
there's the price tag. But yeah, I mean, he's a good defender. I don't think he's great, but he could be good for us. I know there's rumor of Mangala too. I doubt that's gonna happen.
No,
I don't believe that. But yeah, I mean, he's tall, and not only that, you have now two central defenders who are very good with their head. Like on a set piece, you've seen Philippe, like I've mentioned before. He's always on the end of the ball there whenever there's a corner or a free kick. So Bully adds that extra threat if it does come. So I wouldn't mind Porto signing him.
yeah. Before we move on to Benfica, a friend of mine pointed out to me on Twitter. He DM'd me saying, "You guys had deep pockets for Imola for 20 million, so don't forget about that."
Yeah,
There's
but it
always a
wasn't all at
chance.
once.
Yeah, but
That was
there's always a chance to sign someone big at any moment. So
Yeah, but you got to have the other club agree. I mean, a club like Braga, like for example, if they sell Rafa for 20 million,
there's barely any
what if they
club that
ask
would
for?
sell. Nah,
I
I
know, but
don't
what if
think
they ask for the money up front?
I don't think that's gonna happen. That barely happens in football nowadays. And if you don't believe me, go on football leagues and you'll see that most contracts are like that. We're talking Manchester United, we're talking Barcelona, we're talking big clubs, and even they don't
Yeah, but those are big. Those are like really high price sales. I
still.
mean, a team can sell a player for like 15 million and demand the money up front because they're in trouble financially, like a Brazilian club, for example. I
Yeah,
don't.
I don't think so though.
But a team like Braga, if they sell this guy for, let's say they make 20, 30 million off him, a team like Braga, that 20, 30 million helps that club a lot.
Basically destroys all their debt. They
For
just
sure. Pays all their players, sign a few guys, and you're having a party.
I hope he comes. It's starting to seem like he's not. Like last week, he was supposed to come between Tuesday and Thursday. They were going to close the deal out, unless he's going to show up Saturday and it's under wraps.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man. If he joins Porto, it's not before the Supertaça. It's not before the Supertaça.
You think it'll be after?
Yeah, knowing Salvador as I do, I mean, I know that he's a big fan of Porto and he's friends with Pinto Costa, but I don't see that happening. If he joins, it's after the Supertaça. Like Wally. You've seen the rumors on O Jogo saying that Porto wanna press on and get Wally before the Supertaça, but if he does go to Porto, it's not before. It's not before.
Hey, whatever. If he comes after, then he comes after, as long as he joins the club. And I think that
Exactly.
if he does join, we're going to be a tough team to beat.
We'll see.
You'll
All
always
right.
be
Does
easy,
anyone
Kevin. You'll always be easy.
Yeah,
say
yeah,
that
yeah.
final in 15 years?
Worry about your team, Alex. You'll be in third. If not, fifth.
Oh, I love it.
Uh, Kevin, is there anything else you want to add before we move on to Benfica?
Let me think. Is there anything bad I need to say about Sporting? No, not right now. We'll see week 3.
Week 3 is going to be a good podcast. I'll be
Oh,
moderating.
yeah.
Can I ask Kevin a
Oh,
quick
I'm gonna be
question?
having a party on that
Yeah,
week.
ask me a question. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay, so Kevin, like, as much as I don't like Sporting, I don't like Porto just as much. But uh, with Espírito Santo being the man now, do you think he's gonna be able to turn this team around and get them back to the Porto of a few years back that were winning Tetras and Pentas and Europa Leagues and this and that?
I don't know about Europa League and all the European competitions. We need to slow down a bit, Neil. Jeez. We need to win the league first.
Because it's like
So,
it's like a dream. Like I have this conversation with a lot of Benfica fans, and I just can't believe that growing up it was always Benfica losing to Porto, and every now and
mhm.
then we would win, and every now and then Sporting would win, and then Porto would win 3 or 4 in a row, and this went on for decades. And now
Mhm.
it's like a dream. Like I can't believe Porto is not that dominant team that they used to be. I know there's been changes with coaching, with players coming and going, Doyen players, but I think Porto with Espírito Santo being a former Porto player, I think they're on the right track. I think they're just missing like that guy who identifies with them, who used to play with them, to sort of take this team forward.
No, he is the right guy for the job, I think. You got to have a coach who's passionate for the team. When they signed Lopetegui, I didn't know who the hell he was, what the hell they were doing,
I still can't say his name.
What was that?
I still don't know how to say his name. Lotopegui.
Yeah, Lotopegui, whatever.
Like George's when he was hitting with Lopetegui.
Lopetoki, I heard them all. So you got to have a coach who's passionate for the club, like Felix Bourges was, and I think Jean Mourinho was too. So I think that like before we talk about like how far we can go in Europe, we got to talk about the league first. And I think that we're rebuilding, and who knows, like last time this happened that we lost 3 in a row. Sporting won 2 out of 3. That was a dream on its own. That's a dream.
Yeah.
So and even Boa Vista winning in between. So you had Sporting, Boa Vista, shockingly, and then Sporting again. And then we won right after that, UEFA Cup, Champions League. So
it was a dark time.
After 2005, even though Porto won all those championships, that's when it started to change. And Neil, I'm gonna just say this real quick. I think this also changed because Benfica actually started to have a presence that what we have that we can use, and what we don't have that we need. You built the Seychelles, you built the new stadium, after that things started to work better for Benfica. Like Luizão said when he joined in 2004, that he had no type of training facilities, and now they have the Seychelles. So Benfica stepped up, Porto stepped down a little bit, and I think that's also the cause for Porto not being the big guys that they were, and Pinto Costa being as old as he is. I think that the biggest problem with Porto is that agents took over the club. I think you guys know the rumors that Pinto Costa is just making deals with his son for him to get the money. So I mean,
that's what I was referring to before.
Yeah, when you're doing that, the club can only take so much. It's like Sporting what they used to be. Just helping out the agents, getting the money, and the club keeps going downhill.
I do have to disagree a little bit, though. Sorry to cut you off, Neil.
It's fine. I was done.
Oh, who's talking, Neil, or was that you, Peter?
I was done, too, with my questions.
Okay, all right. I just got to make a quick point. I have to disagree with you, Peter, after 2005, because after 2005, we still won the Europa League. We had Hulk, James, João Moutinho. That team was unbelievable. Lisandro Lopez, Lucho Gonzalez. So those teams were not a step down.
Yeah, but it were good years. It were good years for Benfica as well, because you guys won the Europa League, of course. But Benfica right after that made 2 Europa League finals as well. So it was a good year, or a good couple of years overall for Portuguese clubs. It wasn't just you. The success wasn't just Porto. It was Benfica.
Oh, it was nice to see, but then again, it doesn't.
Reached the semifinals of the Europa League as well in the course of those years. So the success was also there for other Portuguese clubs. That's all I wanted to point out.
It's nice to see, but then again, like it doesn't really mean anything if you don't win.
That's true.
That wasn't my point. Sorry, Neil. Sorry.
Yeah.
You can go on.
No, I forget what I was gonna say. Go ahead.
Okay, sorry. That wasn't my point. I was just saying that you said Porto were successful after 2005 and won the Europa League. Of course, the Benfica were also there. Braga made it to the final, and Sporting also reached the semifinal. So it wasn't just Porto's success. What we were used to seeing back in 1980s, like 1982, 83 or something like that, when you guys won the Champions League, it was all Porto. And then Benfica started picking up, in finals a couple of years after, but it was all Porto. And those from 2010 to 2015, it was Benfica, Porto, and Sporting, and Braga making it far in Europe. So it wasn't just your success. That's all I wanted to point out. It wasn't just your success, even though you did win, and obviously everybody prefers winning, but everyone else also made it very far.
That's because we're the best.
Okay.
Exactly.
You've been hanging out with Alex.
The best Portuguese club in the last 30 years.
when you're sleeping.
Let's not talk about the ways that you won the league, though. That's not going to be good.
Yeah, what about the ways these guys win the league? All right, let's not get into this, but I just got to
Yeah,
say,
exactly.
most successful Portuguese club in the last 30 years with a couple of European titles, all those Portuguese titles in between. Very, very happy and proud to be a Porto fan. That's all I got to say. You guys can say, you're three, I'm a pentacampeão, so.
What about the most successful followed club in the world, according to the
Yeah.
Guinness Book of World Records?
Yeah, what about your president, like
Yeah,
begging?
he
Like,
changed
these
the
guys
team.
need to pay up or I'm leaving the club. What is that?
He changed the club without the president, dude. That Benfica
Begging,
would be
though.
nowhere right now.
Your president also did a lot of shady things. Kevin, you can't really talk too much about what happened. Even Bruno Carvalho instated on their constitution, or whatever you want to call it, that he had to get a salary higher than everyone else at the club. So he's probably making like 7 million euros a year.
Okay, so Bruno de Carvalho has to say, because I really don't care.
Yeah, oh, I know you care, Kevin. I know
No,
you
I
care.
don't. I'm
We
sure
were
you
talking
do.
about him. Oh, I do
Uh,
care, actually.
I feel
can't wait
stupid
until-
listening to him.
Yo, Kevin, I can't wait until Porto beats Sporting, and then we come on the pod discussing what Bruno Carvalho said after the game. That's
I'll
gonna
be
be
on that
Yes.
podcast. If we lose, I won't be on it.
Same
You
here.
can't be like that, Alex.
I'll be sick for a week. I'll be
No,
sick.
you gotta win or lose, bro. You gotta support your team.
I'm
Win or
only
lose.
joking. I'm only joking.
Okay. Anyway, this has been going on for too long. Let's move on to Benfica now.
We're gonna win anyway, so it won't really
Oh,
matter.
come on.
We'll
It's
have-
fun talking Porto. Come on.
No more Porto. No more Porto. Sorry.
Fine. Carry on. Carry on, Aguias.
Oh my God. Neil, did you watch both games against Turin and Lyon?
I did. Yes, I had the chance to watch both games.
Okay, good. We'll be discussing both games then. You probably already know, but I'm gonna give you the lineup for the Torino game. We played Pau Lopes, Nelson Semedo, Luizão, Lisandro Lopes, and Grimaldo across the back. Feza and André Horta were the midfielders, Salvio and Servi out wide, Gedge and Mitroglou. Honestly, I didn't really like that game. Neil, what did you think of it?
The Torino game?
Yes, the Torino game.
I think so. I watch a lot of games at the Casa do Benfica in Toronto. So there's a group of us that goes, and I was by my lonesome that day and I was watching the game. So going into the game with the history behind this game, we did the game to remember the 1949 Torino team that died leaving Stadio do Jamor. At the time, they were probably the biggest team in Europe. They won 4 consecutive titles in Italy. They were going on their 5th, and it was sad what happened. And so we invited Torino to play this game to honor what happened. And yeah, Benfica lost and in penalties. And penalties is one of those things. I'm convinced it's luck. It doesn't matter how good your team's playing. When penalties happens, it's all luck. So Torino won. Yeah, it would be nice if Benfica won the Eusebio Cup. But good for Torino for coming to Portugal. They played a good game. They won the Eusebio Cup. They go back to Italy happy. And I wrote something on Planet Benfica regarding the game. And basically, every time we lose the Eusebio Cup, we become champions of Portugal. So it's a small price to pay.
It's a good omen. But I disagree with you on the penalties, but let's not get into that. But it's not the result that matters. I honestly didn't like the way that we played. I thought we looked sloppy and just there wasn't enough energy there. For the first 10 minutes, we looked okay, good actually, but then we just started slacking off, and I honestly didn't really like the game.
I found both games were like that, to be honest. Even the Lyon game.
The Lyon game was good in the second half. We picked it up in the second half.
Yeah.
At least I thought so, at least.
Well, we were coming back for sure.
Yeah. So moving on to the Lyon game, we lost 3-2. Andre Almeida and Grimaldo scored our goals. Grimaldo with a great free kick goal. Julio Cesar finally started after playing against Union de Madeira so many months ago. Was it like in March? He finally started, so that was good to see. We saw Andre Almeida play. Luizão, Lindelof, Grimaldo, Celis, and Samaris. Carrilho, Pizzi, Guedes, and Mitogu. So Neil, you thought this game was, he had like a pace. He was. What did you think of
I thought it was like slow, and they were just sort of they were there, but not really.
it?
I think they could have won the game if they tried a little harder. Few guys that stood out, yeah, Grimaldo, his goal was amazing. That was a rocket of a goal. Julio Cesar looked decent. Uh, I don't know what to think about Celis. I was gonna
I
throw
was,
it
I
out
was
to
gonna
you.
ask you about that. Yeah, I was gonna ask you about that. To be honest.
I think I want to like the guy, but I feel like he's too aggressive, and he's gonna cost us a lot of cards throughout the season. So maybe he's a guy that we should loan out and maybe bring him
Mhm.
back in the future seasons. But I feel like between Samaris, Horta, Fesa, and now Danilo, we don't need that guy.
See, I like Salish personally. I think he's a good player. He reminded me a lot of Feza, especially in the first game that he played. Um, but he is too aggressive. I think he needs to, calm down and not fly into every challenge. But we saw Samaris do that in his first season, and look how it turned out. He picked up 14 yellow cards, but he was, in my opinion and Steve's opinion, Benfica's best player overall that season. So you might want to keep this guy around, especially if Samaris ends up leaving to Zenit for 20 million.
Is that the rumor?
Huh?
Is
What?
that the rumor right now?
Yeah, the rumor is, I mean, I don't think it's a rumor that Samaris is on the transfer list. It didn't
Yeah.
work out last year, and I've said this before. I don't think it's neither Rui Vitoria's nor Samaris' fault that it didn't work out. I just don't think he fits into his system. So
Yeah,
I
that's
think
a
he's
good point.
obviously, on the transfer list. So that's a big question. FaZe is always injured, right? We
He's
just
always
saw that.
hurt.
And
Exactly.
Samaris leaves. That leaves you with Salish and Danilo because Danilo can play at 6.
And what about
So
Horta? Can he play 6?
no, he's not physical enough. Nowhere near.
So he's
He's
more like a 8, even a 10?
8 to 10. Yeah, he can play both. He's not a 6.
Okay.
So that leaves you with two players. If somebody leaves and if FaZe is always hurt, you need Salish. You need to keep this guy around. So that's why I would keep him. But I think he'll be an option. But what do you think of the rumors of Nelson Oliveira leaving to Swansea? You happy to see him leave?
Uh, yeah, I've been a big Nelson Oliveira fan for years. If you look up Nelson Oliveira on Google, most of it is me writing about him. So at the time, like 2012, he was on the Portugal squad. He was supposed to be like Portugal striker. And basically what happened was, to make a long story short, him and his dad started talking too much in the media about Jorge Jesus, and Jorge Jesus basically every year loaned him out. Said, okay, you want to talk? I don't need you. Go away. And which is a shame, because had his attitude been a little bit differently, what Benfica should have done was basically, instead of wasting their time buying all these foreign strikers, mind you, a lot of them have been incredible, but you sort of have that one Portuguese striker. It's okay, you came from the Benfica Academy, you're going to stay at Benfica forever, and you're going to do a good job, and you're going to go play for Portugal as well, because we don't have an actual striker. So you're going to be the Portugal striker. So Adair got that job, and it worked out good for him this year, so whatever. But Oliveira is a talented kid. I believe he's still on contract with Benfica till 2018, but maybe a stint in the EPL would be good for him. Maybe him disassociating himself with Benfica would be good to sort of revitalize his career.
Yeah, the push that he might need. I am with you, Neil. For the first time, I actually know a Nelson Oliveira fan. I really liked the guy, especially when he came on 2 seasons ago. He played a match. I think it was a Champions League match, and he impressed me. I saw him play for 30 minutes, and I said, look, this guy is an option. And then he just disappeared, and he was below that leg, and I honestly couldn't
I
But I think,
remember.
yeah,
So before he got hurt, I was constantly telling those guys at the Benfica podcast he should be called up to Portugal because he was on fire for Nottingham Forest. Okay, fine, it's second division England, but he scored like a ton of goals for Nottingham. But I remember like the first time I got to see him play here. Actually, Benfica played a friendly against Celtic. This was about 7, 8 years ago, and I don't know who this kid was, and he was like 17, 18 at the time, and he comes on and he scored like a crazy goal. We won 6-1 that day, and I turned to my brother and I said, "That guy, he's got talent, and hopefully, like, he's got a good attitude, good head on his shoulders, because he's gonna be something special." And unfortunately, yeah, the talent's there, but too
but
much
the
talk.
head isn't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm tired of these players like. Why are their dads always speaking for them? Like, I'm sure there's a guy at Porto and a guy at Sporting that has
There's a
gone
guy at Sporting.
that's gone through the
Yeah,
same thing.
João Mario's dad.
Somebody's dad is always talking.
Tell these guys, like, listen, thanks for bringing me into the world. I got the talent. I don't need you to speak for me. Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
exactly. Let me do my own thing, right?
Exactly.
Neil, João Teixeira went out on loan to Wolves. At this point, I question if we should quit on the guy, because when he was going to have his breakout season, Jorge Jesus pushed him into the preseason. He did great, and then just right back to the B team. Didn't improve for the past 2 years, and now he's on loan to Wolverhampton. Should we quit on this guy or should we keep him? What do you think?
Same thing, like Oliveira. The guy's got talent. I think with him, it's just under Jorge Jesus, like he liked those South American players, right? So he didn't fit. He didn't fit the system. So they kept loaning him out or putting him on B team. I think the guy's got talent. He lacks an opportunity, but again, like, where does he fit on our squad this year? You're gonna play him over Samadis, you can play him over Fesa, you can play him over Lord. Like, where are you gonna play him? You know what I mean? Like, it's a shame because like the Seychelles, like, we're basically like we're developing these kids, we're selling them at astronomical amounts of money. Renato, Bernardo Silva, all those guys, and it's unfortunate that most of them don't even really get a shot playing at Benfica. They're gone before they even get an opportunity.
But Neil, I saw Benfica play last season, Benfica B obviously, and João Teixeira seems too greedy. I think he had the perfect time to develop when he was called up to the A squad, and then he went back to the B and he stagnated. He stayed the same. He didn't improve at all, and I think that he's still the João Teixeira that he was when he was 17. So I think that's why he doesn't make it to this squad, because we've seen him play in the preseason games, and honestly, he didn't do anything. He didn't impress me in any way, and
perhaps he's just not that good.
maybe
That might be an issue as well. Maybe he's just not good enough to start for Benfica. Because I mean,
you've seen guys that were good when they were young, and then they were just outplayed by a lot of guys. Maybe.
Yeah.
Were you gonna say anything, Neil? Sorry, I cut you off.
I'm all in favor of, developing players within. Yeah, you always need foreigners. You always need to go on the foreign market. But ideally, like, if you can comprise a championship-winning Benfica team or a Sporting or a Porto of, players within either the youth academy or within Portugal, like, I think that's very important because that helps grow our league. And a team like Benfica, like Rui Vitória, I was a huge fan of his from day one because I was getting sick of Jesus. Mind you, Jesus is the mastermind of Portuguese soccer. The guy is brilliant, but we needed a change. And what I liked about Vitória was he took over for Jorge Jesus, and he said on his first press conference, if you remember, he said basically, if you're working hard on the B team or on the juniors, there's going to be a door that's going to open for you. There's going to be an opportunity, and who would have thought? Who would have thought all of those kids would emerge? Sanchez.
What was more impressive, Neil, was that we were going into the Supertaça, and out of nowhere he starts Nelson Semedo. Out of
Yes.
nowhere, we've seen him play one game against New York Red Bulls, and then
Yeah.
he starts
Preseason.
right after that. And
Yeah.
everybody was like, if Vitória has the balls, he'll start Nelson Semedo, but everybody thought that he wasn't going to, and he did. I don't think he's afraid to start these youngsters. He started Nelson Semedo. He put in Lindelof when he was needed. Renato Sanches, obviously, as well. You know, the bigger name. Gonçalo Guedes did well when he came in as well. Vitor Andrade did well when in the beginning of the season as well. All young guys.
Yeah.
I don't think he's scared to bet on the youngsters.
That's why this year when you know guys are talking about like, oh, Benfica needs to find a replacement for Renato Sanches. They need to go on the market and find the next Renato. No, you don't need to find the next Renato. Just like you didn't need to find the next Enzo. You didn't need to find the next Witzel, the next Javi. Like these Benfica is a super power. Okay, when one guy goes, 3 or 4 emerge. If you look at our roster between all the teams, there's like probably 40 players and another 40 players that no one's ever heard of. Guys waiting for an opportunity. So, yeah, these guys are going to leave for big money. We'll bring up a few more other guys. It'll all work out in the end.
I only think that we need a replacement for Horta because I think that our 8th position is the position that we really need a player for. But that's the only thing. And I don't mean anyone to start over Horta, just someone to be there.
Yeah.
Neil, I've said before, Samaris for 20 million. If he does go, is it a good deal for Benfica?
Yeah, that's big money for a player like Samaris. I like Samaris. I think he has a lot to offer the club. The last few years where we've been champions, like seeing the footage on Benfica TV, the guy speaks better Portuguese than me. Okay, mind you, my Portuguese is not the greatest, but it's like he loves being at the club. He loves, you could tell he wears that Benfica jersey with pride. So guys like that, it's unfortunate when they leave because there is an attachment to the club. It's not just them; they're collecting a check for a few years and moving on. Yeah, I think again,
Sad,
Fesa.
but good deal, right?
What's that?
Sad, but a good deal, nonetheless.
Sad, but a good deal. 20 million is a lot of money for a Portuguese team, and unfortunately, like, yeah, we have Fesa, we have options in that position, but again, Fesa is always hurt. Samaris, I don't care what those guys say at the Benfica podcast. Samaris is the best. I love him. I hope
I
he
like
stays.
him a lot, Neil, but I just don't think I don't think he's well mentally. But we'll see. Maybe if he stays, he'll pick up his form. I don't doubt that. But I think he's in that state of mind. Am I gonna leave? Am I gonna stay? So he's a little
Yeah.
bit, troubled.
That weighs a lot on a player. I agree.
Yeah, it does. Anyway, André Almeida is gonna miss the Supertaça. So will Rui Fonte, but not big absentees, right, Neil?
Okay, did you see that collision?
Yeah.
Okay, is it just me or
Neil, I lost you, Neil. We've lost Neil for a moment here. I can't hear him. Alex, can
Yeah.
you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear Neil that.
Yeah, Neil. Okay.
Are you talking about Andre Almeida?
Yeah, André Almeida and the big hit.
Jesus.
Neil was talking about the big hit that he took.
What a shot! Oh my God!
That
How did he
was
not
bad.
get concussed?
Yeah, Jesus Christ. You've seen it, Alex?
Nope.
It was a big
That
hit.
should have been a card for the goalie. The goalies
Yeah,
need to be
but-
accountable for that kind of stuff too,
Yeah, that was he was too late for that. Oh my God, that was very bad. And
Can I
he
just-
broke his nose. He broke his nose, but he already had surgery. Yeah, Kevin.
I need to say something about something like that because it was with the MLS. I went to go see a New England Revolution match, and it was when Beckham first came to the MLS. We went to Gillette Stadium. We watched the game. The goal that Taylor Twellman scored, I kid you not, was almost the same exact play. The goalie came out and punched him so hard, right in the face. He didn't get hit in the nose because he didn't bleed from the nose, but I don't think it hit him like right away because he got punched. he ran to the sideline, celebrated the goal, and then he just fell. And after that game, I haven't seen much of him, and he was diagnosed with a concussion, and now he is Taylor Twellman is now on ESPN because he can't play. He's just a commentator. So those things are dangerous, and I couldn't believe how hard he got hit. And then I found out he had surgery. I was like, damn, like that was like really, really hard. I don't know how he didn't actually break his face.
Yeah, Alex, if you didn't see it, it's around the internet. You gotta look it up because it was a big hit. It was a
I'll go
very,
watch
very
it right now. What should I type in?
Andre
just
Almeida, punch.
Benfica 3, Benfica 2, Leon 3, and it should pop up with the highlights, and you'll see it's on Benfica's goal. He gets hit. Yeah, very, very nasty, nasty fall and hit collision. So
Definitely.
yeah, I was going to ask Neil if there were going to be big absentees, but we lost them. So since we lost them, I have to move on, and I'll ask myself that. Do I think so? No, I think although André Almeida is a great player, Nelson Smith is a better guy than him. Yeah, Kevin, I'm going to ask you this because why not, since Neil isn't here. Do you think that a team like Braga would benefit a lot from signing permanently Rui Fonte and Joé?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, look what they did last season for Braga, even in the Taça de Portugal final. I mean, they were amazing for Braga. So, I think that they should try to sign both players. I think that Josué might be involved in the Bully deal. If not that deal, I don't know if he'll be involved with the Rafa Silva deal. Yeah, he wants to go to Galatasaray in Turkey.
Oh, we got Neil
So,
back. Sorry for cutting you off there.
all
We got
right,
Neil
awesome.
back.
So you can
Yeah.
finish asking them your question there, Peter, if you want. If you want to go back to that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, okay. Yeah, that was it. Neil, you back?
Yes, sorry about that.
It's fine. I was gonna ask you if André Almeida and Rui Fonte are big absentees for the Supertaça final.
Almeida, yes, just because he could play either the right wing or the left wing at fullback. But yeah, he took a collision. I was gonna ask you,
Yeah, we were talking about that.
or like, oh, you guys already discussed it. I feel like if it was any other game, that goalie would have gone like 5-game suspension. It was crazy. He chopped like the guy's head.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, Kevin, you can take over. You were talking about this. Neil didn't hear you, so go on. What you were
Yeah,
saying.
what I told Peter was like these goalkeepers need to be held accountable. I mean, you can't be in the box. You breathe on them, and it's an automatic foul. So
Yeah.
why can a goalie come out with his studs up and kick somebody in the face and on the chest?
Punch
Someone punch them like that. Like they need
But
to be
be
held
aware of-
responsible too. Like
Exactly. Be aware of your surroundings. I don't think that goalie was aware of his surroundings, and the guy could have died.
He
No,
could have
it's
taken
true.
a very bad concussion, yeah.
it's true.
Jesus.
Yeah, but yeah. Alex, if
So
you
yeah,
see
yes,
something,
yes
let us
to
know, though.
yes to Almeida, no to Font.
Okay. I said no to both because I think that Nelson Smith can handle the job, but obviously, if someone gets injured during the week, then Andre Almeida could be missed a lot.
I just seen it. Yeah, that goalie definitely should have been punished for that. That was pretty bad.
Yeah. So everybody's up on this. I think we should have at least gotten carded. But Neil, I'm gonna touch on something that I didn't really want to because I still think it's too early. But Neil, is Carrillo a bust?
I don't think so. I think he provides depth. Like he's a good player. Like there's talent there. Again, we're so stacked on the wings. I can't see him starting over Servi or even Salvio's looking like the Salvio of old. So I mean, provides depth. He'll be a good player coming off the bench. If tomorrow someone offers 10 million for him, for a guy we got for free, yeah, I would sell him, no problem.
That's not enough. But okay. But do you think that his lack of performances is due to the fact that he hasn't played since October, Neil?
He'll pick it up. I mean, he's still when you're not playing for that long, yeah, it affects your performance absolutely. But I think he'll pick it up.
I
Give
think
it
so
time.
too. Do you think that he can play over Salvio?
If Salvio gets hurt, yeah, I think so. Would I start him now over Salvio? No way.
No, not now. But at their peak, Neil, at their peak, who would you choose? Would you take Carrillo or Salvio?
If they're both match fit and no one's hurt, I would take Salvio. Only because I'm biased. Like I have a special spot for Salvio.
I just prefer. I think I told this. I said this on our own chat that we have, the four of us, me, Kyle, Kevin, and Alex. That I prefer Carrillo because he can drift out into the middle, and just like Peasy, that can create a lot of danger. The fact that he can just switch positions out of nowhere. But my next question, Neil, to you is actually about Peasy. Where should Peasy play this season?
So before we got Raul, he was the most expensive transfer in Benfica's history. So a player like that, you have to include him on the squad. I don't think he's an 8. Mind you, we've won the league with him before. I think
Mm-hmm.
PC plays the wing, or he could even come on in the end, like as a striker.
I think he has to be a sub, Neil, because he got Salvio and Carrillo. I think
Yeah.
both of them, or at least one of them, is going to get that right wing spot. And the left wing, I think it's Service all the way. What do you think of him? Because I think Service is a tremendous player from what I've seen.
I think so. Like we always get these Argentinian players, and
Their big question mark.
yeah, they're either a huge hit or they're a bust. And with Serbia, I don't watch the Argentinian league. I don't know. I know Timo watches the Argentinian league, and he swears by this guy. So yeah, but the preseason games that Servi has played, he's been tremendous, and he's definitely no pressure filling in Gaitan's boots, but I think he's gonna do just fine replacing him.
Yeah, I think so too. But I could see Peasy going on the left. That was basically what I was going to say. He did play there against Leon, and he did quite decently, so he could play there.
I almost feel like he could play both wings.
Yeah, both wings and in the middle. But although I would prefer him see on either wing before in the middle, because I just don't like him in the middle.
Yeah.
But he could play there if needed. Neil, we've seen the Neil debut. We didn't see much of him, obviously. But do you think that this is a good signing for us?
Yeah, again, like I didn't understand that signing because I feel like we have enough players for that position. So it's either Samaris or Faisa, someone's going.
Mind you, Daniel said that he prefers playing at 8. So just keep that in mind while giving your opinion.
He's still young, but mind you, he played a ton of games at Villarreal last year. I believe that's the team
Valencia.
we went to. Valencia, sorry.
He started 20-something games and played 30-something games.
So for a kid who's 20 years old, he's already been exposed to a lot. Again, all these teams, Braga, Guimarães, like all these.
Neil, we lost you again. Guys, did you all lose Neil? Or was it just me?
I did, yeah. He must be at the Estádio de Luz.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I lost him as well.
We lost Neil again. Oh, too bad. He was going to
Either
say
that or
something.
is that the Alvalade?
Oh my god. I guess we gotta wait again. No, yeah, I might ask you again, Kevin, because I know that Alex doesn't watch a lot of Portuguese league. That's why, besides Sporting, so that's why I'm asking you these things. Do you remember much from Danilo 2 seasons ago? What did you think of the guy when you first saw him play for Braga?
Oh, I remember Danilo when he played for Braga. Very good midfielder. Definitely promising. What did they do? They loaned him out to Valencia, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, that right there in itself says a lot. I forgot how old he was. Was he 17?
He's 18. He was 18 and 19, and then now he's currently 20. So.
All right. I knew he was around that age. So,
He's
yeah,
1 year
very
older
young. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So yeah. I think that we'll see how it goes. Different leagues, like I said before, but I think that he could do very well for you guys. What's the buyout?
15 million.
It's not too bad. That's not bad at all for a player that young who has got lots of promise. Did Valencia have a buyout
Wait,
option?
how much is the buyout, sorry?
15 million euros.
We'll see. That's a lot. So
It is, but he's a very promising player.
Yeah, I don't think Valencia kept him because of what the season that they had. The constantly switching managers. I honestly don't even know who's managing them at this
Wasn't
point.
it Nuno?
Nuno. Then they went for Gary Neville, and then he just started losing a bunch of matches as well. And they switched coaches again, and they probably have another one right now. So I mean, with all this manager inconsistency, you couldn't just sign a player that you didn't know your coach wanted. So I think that's mainly the reason why Valencia didn't keep him. I obviously watched some of his highlights. Besides from what I know from his Portuguese league time, I watched some of his highlights, and he's a very decent player. A little bit too aggressive for my taste, but once again, he's like Otavio and Celis. But I think all these players are still very young. I think Otavio's 20, Celis 22, and Danilo is 20, so they can learn how to play the game differently. So
Yeah, it's very good for the league too. It's nice to see like young talent like actually coming back because Porto is starting to get like guys who were like up there in age a little bit. Like when
yeah,
they signed Osvaldo, for example, like I don't
29.
know who even thought of that. Like yeah, and he was playing. Oh, who did he sign for? It was like a lower division side in Argentina, I believe. Went from
Or
Boca
Uruguay,
Juniors,
like that.
Boca to a
Yeah.
lower club, and
Mhm.
then he came to Porto. So I don't know, like who even thought of that idea. I mean, that
He
just
was
makes
always
no sense at all.
He was Lopetegui all the way.
I mean, you had Andres Silva on the B team.
Ah, he
Give the kid a chance.
nah, you know Lopetegui. Yeah, nah, he didn't
Yeah,
give
but
him.
that's the thing. Like I've said it like in the first couple episodes of our podcast. Like Lopetegui, he never gave a chance to Andres Silva, and I think that like Gonçalo Paciência like got the short end of the stick too because had he been given the same chance that Andres Silva has been given, his career could be different. So I mean, you loaned him out to Academica, who is now in the second division. I mean, he did score some goals for them, but I mean, it's not a team that you loan him out to. You got to loan
I
him
mean,
out to a team like
to be
Passos de
honest,
Ferreira.
yeah, but to be honest though, Academic has always been a decent club. Mid-table, never threatened by relegation, at least not when it mattered. So I
Yeah,
mean,
but
it
you could have
was
found a better spot for him though.
maybe,
they're also
maybe.
the oldest club in Portugal as well. So
Yeah, and I
No, they're
respect
not.
Academica.
Oh yeah, they are. Sorry, I forgot about. I was gonna say it was Boavista, but it is Academic. Yeah, you got that right.
I'm
And
always right.
they are a good club though, but like I don't know. They are a good club, and there's an Academica restaurant in my city too. Thanks for reminding me.
Oh, we got Neil back.
You got
Alright,
Neil
good.
again. Hey Neil.
There's no internet in Canada.
Yeah.
I thought you
I don't
started
know.
the luge.
They don't catch it in the igloos. I don't know what's happening.
Oh, you're just like Steve when it comes to his internet issues, Neil.
Yeah, for real.
What were you gonna say about the Neil, man? You were talking about the Neil. Do you remember what you were saying?
No, I was just saying how all these players that play at like Braga, Guimarães, like all the lower clubs, they want to eventually play on the big three, but more specifically, they want to play for Benfica.
Okay.
You got your
Uh,
camera on, by the way. I'm just letting you know that.
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry, I'm not naked.
Okay. Neil, just got a couple more questions here, and then we're done. What would be your starting 11 for the Supertaça, man?
So probably similar to what we saw at the Eusebio Cup. I think we start Cesar at goal, Semedo on the right, Grimaldo on the left. Luizão,
Do you start Luizão?
I think I would start Luizão just because apparently he's still the captain. So
Mm-hmm.
you start Luizão. Who did we play beside Louison? Did we have Jardel?
Lindelof
Okay,
and
Lindelof starts for sure.
Mhm.
And then in the middle,
Faze if
probably.
he's fit.
Sorry?
Faze if he's fit.
If who's fit? Louison?
Faze.
Feza.
Oh, Feza. Yeah, if he's fit, Feza. I would even do Feza with Samaris, like back to back.
Yeah.
Servi on one wing, Salvi on the other, and then Jonas and Mitroglou up top.
I would go similar. I would go Júlio César, Nelson Semedo, Luizão if we have to, and Lindelof, Grimaldo, Faze if he's fit, Samaris if he isn't, Horta definitely, Salvio if he's fit, Servi, Jonas and Mitroglou. That's what I would go for. Neil, what are your thoughts on the game against Braga? What do you think?
Braga's one of those teams, man. Like we shouldn't underestimate them. We either do really well against them, or they always find a way to like beat us, like 1-0, 2-1, like those types of games. So, we go in there with our best 11. The game's at Beta Mod Stadium, so it's
Yeah, Neil. Did we?
Uh-oh.
Okay, we just lost Neil again. I can't believe it.
That's alright.
This is too damn funny. This is too damn funny. Okay, while we're waiting for Neil to come back, I'm gonna leave Benfica on pause for a little bit and ask you, Alex, Kevin. You asked me to ask everybody on the podcast who's the best player in your team, Alex.
I think you guys should know what I'm gonna say. Adrian Silva. He's the captain, and he's the best player.
Your weakest link.
Bruno Cesar.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Awful.
Okay, in my opinion, I think it's quite obvious. Jonas, our best player by far. Weakest link probably would be the center attacking midfielder. I don't want to say Andre Horta, for sure, because Andre Horta is decent, but I want someone as backup for that position, because right back Nelson Semedo and Andre Almeida. Then center backs you have Lisão, Lindelof, Lisandro and Jardel. Then you have Grimaldo and Eliseu. Basically, what I'm saying is we have backup for everywhere but the 8 positions. So I think that's our weakest link right now.
Where does Benitez play? Or
Uh,
Junior, whatever.
Is a cam or a winger?
Okay.
By the way, not so breaking news, but Alex Rubem Semedo is still in treatment and could miss the beginning of the season maybe.
That's disappointing to hear, but hopefully he rushes back as soon as possible. Because I don't really want Naldo or Everton to be playing.
Okay. Yeah. So basically, that was it. You wanted to ask, right, Kevin? Didn't have anything to ask.
No, that was pretty much it. Just real quick, I want to give my best player and weakest link. I think the best player right now is Andres Silva, without a doubt. Weakest link, Varela.
No, whatever. But I was the right back.
See,
You forgot about him?
I think Brahimi's your best player. When he
Uh,
plays,
no,
when
he's-
Brahimi plays,
What
he's
do you
one
even
of the
say?
best in the league. When he plays.
He's gotta have his head on, in the game, or else he won't do as good.
I think he's great, but he's just got a bit of a bad attitude. If he were to fix that, you guys could sell him for a lot of money.
Yeah, but that's the biggest issue. Anyway, guys, also thinking about something here before. I know that I was supposed to ask you guys this next week because we didn't have any more preseason games, but I might just well ask you right now. What are your predictions for the first game of the season, Alex? You face Maritime. From what you've seen right now, do you think it's going to be a very tough game?
I'm gonna go with us winning 2-0. I think it'll be a challenge definitely because Maritimo aren't that bad, but Yeah, I still think we're gonna win the game, but it's not gonna be like a complete pushover game. They're gonna give us a tough time, kind of like Tondela last year. But we're not gonna need to win 90th minute.
Yeah. Kevin, from what you've seen this season, from this preseason, are you confident that you'll beat Rio Ave away?
Yeah, I think that we'll win 2-0 away to Rio Ave. Is Sporting at home or away?
Home.
Home. Okay, against Maritimo, I think they'll win 3-0. And Benfica is away to Nacional. I think
No, Tondela, bro.
Benfica's.
Tondela, bro.
Oh, I'm
Away
sorry.
to-
I was thinking about that third game of the season. I'm sorry. It's the third
You're
game of the
already-
season. Benfica's on Nacional.
That's the third game of the season. You're just
I'm
like,
stuck in
I
that third game. Yeah.
Sporting.
Away to who? Tondela, you said?
Yeah, Tondela.
I think Benfica will win like 3-0 or 4-0.
The exorbitant ticket prices. Do you know what the cheapest ticket is?
35 euros?
Yes, 35 euros. Absolutely crazy. Like, these small clubs, they see Benfica, Porto, and Sporting, and all they think, here comes the money.
Hey, they gotta make the money.
Jesus. People are surprised that they didn't actually go for Aveiro, because if Benfica wins the Supertaça, you'd know that Aveiro was going to sell out. But at least they chose their own stadium, which I'm very thankful for. But still, they're going to make a boatload of money with Benfica, Porto, and Sporting. I can tell you that much.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll ask Neil the last question right after this, but I'm gonna answer this one myself. Alex, you had this question out for me, and your friend asked me how crucial will Zivkovic or other Serbians be in our starting 11. It's too early to say anything about Zivkovic, but from what I know is that he's a tremendous player. But we'll see if he even gets into the squad, which he probably will. But at this moment, he's still a big question mark because he got injured. Other Serbians, very influential. Faza, no doubt, our best defensive midfielder, and in my opinion, getting all the hate, best defensive midfielder in the league with Danilo.
Yeah,
By
you're
far.
wrong there.
By
Maybe
far
the second best. Because
Best defender
I
midfielder.
think you're just forgetting about William, but
I don't
that's
like
alright
William.
there.
I've said it before. I'll say it again. I don't like William. Not at all.
Kevin, what do you think?
Kevin, rate your top 3 defensive midfielders in our league. Would you
In our
put?
league, defensive
Yeah.
midfielders?
Top 3.
William, of course.
Oh man, that's tough.
Listen, he might be slow, but he's great.
All right, what was your guys' top 3?
I had William. I'm gonna have William, Faza, and then Danilo probably.
Yeah, you better.
Or Faza and Danilo can switch. That one's arguable.
I had Faza and Danilo at the same level, but I think Faza is slightly superior to Danilo.
Well, I'm not gonna go in ranking because they're all good defensive midfielders. I'll have to agree with you guys on those 3 as top 3 in Portugal. I mean, you can't really argue who could be any better than those 3, honestly.
I'll rephrase the question though. Would you take Faza or William Carvalho at Porto?
Oh, sorry, I have to laugh. Faza.
Ridiculous.
There we go.
For what reason though?
For what reason?
Is he a European champion?
Dude, come on, seriously.
Just answer the question. Yes or no?
That has
Answer
nothing
with
to
a
do
yes
with
or no.
it.
Answer with
That
yes
has
or
nothing
no.
to do with it.
Yo,
No, he's not.
Just answer
Because
with
that's
yes or
nothing
no.
to do
Come
with
on.
it.
Anthony Lopes
He
is
doesn't.
a European champion and he never played.
But
Rafa played 2 minutes and he's a European champion. That
So
means
what?
nothing. Eduard never played and he's a European champion.
okay, but William started though.
Oh my god. What
It
I was
doesn't mean that
saying
William's
is
better. Who
Exactly.
does Portugal have besides Danilo that can take over for William Carvalho?
Besides Danilo, who can take over
Yeah.
for William?
Yeah.
Velosa.
It's a tough one. No. way.
Veloso. This guy.
Oh my god.
We
But-
got Palinha.
Oh my god, you're crazy.
He's actually pretty good.
He's
I gotta
decent,
say.
but Jesus Christ, the takeover.
Not yet, but
Maybe Sergio Oliveira.
honestly, you'd have to go with
I know he's
Yeah.
not a natural
to play at a
born.
defensive midfield. No, I'd go with Velosa.
Yeah, Oh my God, Miguel Ruas, you gotta be
Oh
joking.
my god.
This
Oh.
podcast is amazing. He comes back and hits us with Miguel Ruas.
Yeah, because you guys forgot about him. So I just have to
Everybody forgets about Miguel Ruas, man. You gotta be joking me.
he's a Sportingista.
And his father is the Benfica captain, and I missed the crucial penalty, and we lost the Champions League.
Veloso's good actually. I think he could.
I'd take him a left back, but not a, not a defensive midfielder. I don't like him as a defensive midfielder.
I will take him at Sporting. If he would want to
You
come back,
take him
I'll take him.
at Sporting. You take that up to Sporting, man. You have no standards. You take that up to Sporting, bro.
I would take Tarap to Sporting. We can go on the topic right now. I would take Tarap to Sporting.
You got no standards, bro.
He's extremely talented. You guys have to admit he's a very talented player.
I have to admit he's on my team. Of course I admit he's incredibly talented. He just doesn't have the head. You guys have a very talented
George
player.
contains
You don't
that.
play him. You have Labia or some crap. Jesus.
George.
Listen, Labiad.
He's not as
I
big
don't
as
like
an
him at
eagle as
all.
Tarat. They both would go out and eat some francesinhas or some crap like that.
Francis English.
I don't know what that is. Sorry.
Of course you don't, because you don't know Portuguese cuisine. Anyway.
It's a
I know,
Porto thing.
I know
It's a
Buffon.
Porto thing, yeah. It's a Porto thing. I'll send you a pic later.
I know
I
what
must-
Buffon is there. I know what That's
Do we know what Pastéis is playing out at least?
nope.
No, you're Jesus Christ. Yo,
Jeez.
Kevin, we gotta school this kid. We gotta school this kid, man.
The only thing he knows is McDonald's.
Yeah, Kevin, I'm gonna ask you, what are your thoughts on the Supertaça, man? I know if you have the chance, you'll be watching it.
Yeah, I would like to watch that. I'm gonna make an effort to watch it. I
not
honestly
watching
think
it.
that Benfica's gonna win. See,
Mhm.
that's the problem. You gotta watch the Portuguese league to
Your
understand
rivals,
it
you
better.
gotta watch your rivals, bro.
Trust me, I understand it perfectly. I understand we're Sporting's the best team
Yeah.
in the league. That's all I need
Yeah.
to understand.
Yeah, but they got the best coach in the world. Yeah.
15
We
years in the
do. We
making,
have one
Kevin.
of the. He's a genius.
He
George.
is, he may be, but Kevin, you're saying.
Yeah. I think it's gonna be a very good game. It's gonna be a hard-fought game. If it stays tied, is it extra time or do they go straight to penalties?
Extra time. I remember that because I was at the Supertaça and Benfica won in penalties against Rio. So yeah, extra
Alright.
time and then penalties.
It might go that way. I think Braga.
All the way?
Last
You
couple
think
of
it's gonna go
finals.
penalties?
It could be. I mean, the last time Braga was in a final with Sporting and Porto, it went to penalties. So I think it could go to extra time.
They got them pulled as well, by the way. I want to point that out real quick. Braga cannot seem to hold on to a 2-0 win.
Yeah. So, I mean,
I know
It's
what
gonna
you
be
mean.
like-
They're-
at least like from my point of view, being neutral. Not really that neutral. I want Braga to win, obviously. But
Me too.
but like I'm gonna just watch it as like it's gonna be a great game between two teams.
Scout your opponents as well.
Exactly. But I'm gonna watch it mostly to see if it'll be like a great game. I like to watch a good game, no matter who's playing.
I hope Sarri starts and impresses you. I'm gonna ask you about him if he does play, because I'm certain you're gonna like the guy.
Yeah, I'll
Despite
pay
the
attention.
I think he's a good player.
Yeah, I'll pay more attention to how Benfica is. Like I said, I haven't really watched much of them, obviously,
Obviously.
or Sporting, obviously, but I did
You
watch
should
some
watch
Porto
more Sporting,
games.
though.
I'll be honest, I
Yeah.
saw more Sporting than I did Porto, but yeah, I saw 2 matches of Sporting and I think 1 for Porto, but yeah, I haven't seen much of them. I
Yeah.
saw the last 10 minutes of your game against Guimarães, but that's about it.
Yeah, there was not much going on, but I don't just stick to watching just Porto. I'll watch Sporting if I get a chance. I'll watch Benfica. I like to watch Braga and Guimarães when I can too. I like to watch them play. They're always in good games.
I want to point out that I might translate a little bit of a text that I had made for Otávio when he was playing for Guimarães against Braga. I have that on my Instagram. I'll send you a picture, Kevin, later, and I might post it up on our website because I do have some interesting thoughts on Otávio. Yeah, Neil just messaged us saying that basically he's not gonna end up joining, which is a bit of a shame. But I was only gonna ask him what he thought the result of the game was gonna be right after he had his final thoughts. But yeah, I also think Benfica is gonna win. But it's gonna be a tough game or not. We'll see. Uh, it all depends, like you were saying. We beat Braga 5-1, and then we might just lose 2-1 with an Eder scoring a winner. So
All right. Are we wrapping this
yeah,
up or what?
yeah, we're wrapping this one up. I was gonna say yeah, but that was about it. So big podcast next week because we're gonna be previewing in depth the next couple of games that our teams are gonna have, and in 2 weeks' time we're gonna be discussing who is number one. I mean, we might see Benfica, Porto, or Sporting be first at that time. In just 1 week in, we'll see what happens. Maybe one of them will drop points. It's gonna be
You
interesting.
never
But
know.
yeah, that's about it. I'll see you guys next week, and hope you have a great time watching the podcast.
Yeah.
Just
Thanks. I just like to say thanks for Neil for coming on short notice.
Yeah.
And yeah, thanks for the support, guys. We just got the most views we've ever had on our last podcast, so that's good. And yeah, I know you're gonna say something, Kevin. So
yeah, just pretty much what you were gonna say. I just wanted to thank everybody for the support. We're growing at a good speed here, and we appreciate everybody and their feedback and questions or whatever. I also want to thank Neil for coming. I appreciate it. And anybody who would want to come on as a guest, we would always appreciate it. Like we had Timmy on 2 weeks in a row. It was great having him on. I enjoyed him. I enjoyed Neil today. So it's always good to have everybody
yeah, they
else's
know what they're talking about, honestly.
input.
Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah.
I want to also thank the guys. We reached 259 on followers, so that's very good.
Do I don't have 260? I'm pretty sure we got 260.
I saw 259 and I just refreshed it.
Okay.
I want to say, thanks to Neil for coming on. Thanks for Timo for being on as well. And I'm going to have David at one point. Patrick would be great. And all the other guys. We'll have them on eventually. I want to have a sporting guy on as well.
Yeah,
but,
Sporting Soul. I need you.
Yeah,
I need
we
you
need to have
help me.
Sporting Soul on. Sporting Soul DM us and we'll talk. Yeah, but that's about
Yeah,
it, guys.
but can I quickly say one more
Yes.
thing? I just
Yeah.
like to say, Peter, you're doing a great job running the Twitter.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you.
You're probably the main reason, honestly, that we have so many Twitter followers. So yeah, I just like to thank you for that. And
Thank you. That means a
yeah,
lot.
that's it.
Yeah, all
Yeah.
right.
Hold on. Yeah,
Are
I
you
do.
blushing? Are you blushing, Peter?
A bit. I'm not gonna lie.
No, yeah, I agree with Alex. Peter, you're doing a great job with this. You post whenever you can. You dedicate a lot of time to this, and I'll speak for Kyle too. That we all appreciate what you do and try to help us get bigger and stuff. And you're a great host. You ask great questions, and couldn't ask for a better host, honestly. So thank you for what you do. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys. I wasn't expecting this. I couldn't have better colleagues. I'll be honest. That's the only reason why I strive for success is because I have great people around me. And oh, Jesus Christ, what a way to end this podcast because I was not expecting this. Thank you guys. Anyway, people, we'll see you. We'll see you next week. And see you.
All right.
Bye.
See you later, guys.